Hey YouTube fam, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tina and I make videos on lifestyle, home, and DIY projects every single week. As promised in my last video, today we are making over my fireplace. It is a big open space that I'm trying to tackle step by step. So the first area is going to be the fireplace, and I wanted to get it done now so that I can enjoy it for the holiday season. I'm also very excited to partner up with Fi, who's today's video sponsor. You guys know that I love Fi and I picked up some really fun pieces for this space. So I'll talk more about that later. And before we jump into it, don't forget to like and subscribe down below if you haven't already. And now let me take you guys over to my fireplace. Da 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 da! Here is the fireplace. Do not mind this mess in the background. My house is currently just a construction zone at all times, so let's just ignore that. But we're gonna focus on this whole area as well as this wall. So this is what we're gonna be making over today. I really love the fact that I have a fireplace because growing up, I've never had one. But my issue with this fireplace is that it is just so large. I don't necessarily love the style of it. And also the layout is kind of weird because it ends right here. I think previously this was a much smaller hallway. So I think they pushed this back. Not really sure, I could be totally wrong. You also see that there's a little bit of damage in the grout over here that's cracking, and then even over here there is a chipped tile. So I'm just going to try my best to make this over as budget friendly as possible. There are actually a lot of different ways you can make over an existing fireplace. So you can do an over grouted look, which I really wanted to do here, but since there's like a lot of those skinny tiles, I don't think it would look right. But if you have a fireplace that you're dying to make over, that is a really good option. Or you can completely cover it so that this is one flat surface and it just looks like one big fireplace piece. But my concern with that is that we have this uneven edge over here, so I don't think that would work well in my situation. So we're going with the most budget friendly and fastest option, which is to paint it. You could also lime wash it, which I think I'm going to do for the exterior of the house, but for the inside, I think the paint is gonna work really well here, especially since I want it to be a solid color. I think it's gonna make it look a lot more cohesive. And we're also going to tackle the walls. Right now, they are kind of this bluish gray color. This space is kind of dark, so we're gonna brighten it up with a new fresh coat of paint. And of course, we're gonna style this for the holidays, which I'm so excited for because I'm gonna put a Christmas tree right over here and it's gonna be so cute. I have all my paint samples here and I'm actually using the same ones that I had for the craft room. So for these, I want to go with a nice bright white on the walls. And when I put them on the wall, I definitely want to do big swatches just to make sure that this is the right color because this is going to go basically around the whole living room as well as the dining room probably. So we definitely want to get this right. To prep the tile, I'm sanding them down with my electric sander, and I believe that these are terracotta tiles, so the paint that I'm using for the fireplace should be okay to use. I just really wanted the color on the fireplace and the tile to match, hence why I'm not using a special tile paint or anything. But I also think that since this tile is mostly decorative and we're not walking on it, they should hold up, but we'll see how it wears over time, and I'll definitely share an update in the future. The most time consuming, but also the most important part of any paint project is prepping. So of course we have to vacuum and clean everything and also remove any covers and plates on the walls. I also took this time to fill up any holes or unevenness in the walls and also sanding them down. That is also super important. And of course you also want to add your painter's tape during this step, and especially since we're painting on stone, I made sure to get rid of any dust using a damp towel, and I also used cleaners to really make sure that the stone was going to be ready for paint. Alright, so everything is prepped. It is time to prime. So I have this Kills All-Purpose 2 Primer, and this is great for wood, drywall, plaster, brick, masonry, paneling. It'll also do a really good job of blocking the color underneath and also preventing mildew and all of that good stuff. So here goes nothing. I am thoroughly impressed with this primer. I think it did a really good job for covering the stone, and it was already making such a transformation on the fireplace. I was getting so excited. Now that both the stone and the grout lines were one color, I felt like it just looked more cohesive. It kind of made those skinny and smaller bricks less noticeable and disappear and really modernized it. There's a lot of texture on here, so it was really important for me to get into all the little nooks and crannies, so you definitely want to get a brush to get in there. I would suggest using a masonry brush to stipple it in, but I'm just using what I already had to make it work. I cannot believe it's already been over 2 months in this house and we're getting so close to the holidays now. We are still living out of boxes and have a lot to unpack still, but since we don't have a lot of furniture, we have no place to really put things, so I'm just trying to be as patient as I can through this whole process. And it felt really good just to get started on this project and make this place finally feel more like home, especially for the holidays. It looks so different, right? Even though it's still a little crappy. I mean, obviously this is just a primer paint, so the white that I picked out isn't as stark white as this, but it already gives me such a good visual of what this is gonna look like. And yeah, I'm just excited. Oh my God, drips!
How was my painting skills?
You know what? The only thing I would change is if you could wear a different shirt, that would be nice. You've been wearing like the same blue shirt in every video. Wait, did you wear it for the kitchen one?
Probably.
Oh my God, I'm gonna look back and find it. Once I got to the towel part, I'm using a roller brush here and it gave it a nice smooth finish. Alright, so while that is drying, I'm going to show you guys some of the pieces that I picked up from Fi. They were today's video sponsor, and I love teaming up with them because they have some really unique pieces. If you're not already familiar with Fi, which you probably are if you've been watching my channel for a while, they are a one-stop shop for all things for your home. They carry over 80,000 prints, which you can buy alone or framed so that it's ready to be hung. Some of their favorite products are their throw blankets. I think they were amazing, but they also carry things like furniture, phone cases, jewelry, and so much more. And for this holiday season, they have a lot of sales going on, so you can shop for yourself or a loved one. They've put together some really helpful gift guides, so if you're having trouble shopping for someone, definitely check it out to get some ideas started. One of my new favorite artists on there is Maggie Stevenson, which you can see behind me. I love her work. It is so beautiful. And I also would recommend checking out Mambo. I bought a bunch of their prints before, and I'll list some of my other favorites down in the description box so you guys can shop as well. As for decor for this space, one of the first things that I picked up is this set of baskets. So these are very large and in charge, and I love that they are an oval shape. I find that to be a little bit more unique, and honestly, I'm gonna use this in a bunch of different spaces. I haven't figured out which one exactly I'm gonna use for the fireplace, but and just look at how beautiful this is. I love that this is a natural woven texture and it's gonna pair perfectly with my Christmas tree. I probably will use this year round, not just for Christmas time, because it's super versatile, and not only is it beautiful, but it's also super functional. So you can put your throw blankets in there and keep everything nice and tidy. Also for the holiday season, I really love to decorate with stars. So when I saw this on the Fi website, I knew that I had to have it. So here it is. Look at how cute this is. It is a star pillow, and The weaving on here is super well made. This is from Lorena Canal, so if you like this, I will have it linked down below, but I thought this would be really cute to just style next to the tree or maybe on a little seat or in the entryway. So this is just so cute and perfect. I also grabbed this set of pillar candle holders. I thought they were just so beautiful. These are actually quite large, so they make a statement for sure. They're made of wood and come in 3 different sizes, so I got 2 sets of those. And I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna put this in the actual fireplace or just around it, but either way, this is just gonna look gorgeous in the space. And speaking of candles, I also grabbed this ceramic one. This is from the brand Candlefish. It just looks so fancy and smells delicious. This is in the scent bergamot, jasmine, and amber, which really brings a cozy feeling to the winter season. So this is gonna go on my mantle, and this would also make such a great gift because it's so cute. And I also picked up this really beautiful wreath, which I left in the other room, so I'll just put a clip here. This wreath is so gorgeous, super high quality, and it's definitely something that I can transition into other seasons since it's a very basic piece. Fi offers free shipping worldwide, so make sure that you guys check out all of their Cyber Week sales and all of the holiday sales going on right now, and make sure that you download the Fi app and use my special discount code to save even more. And I'll have all that info in the description box below. This is looking so fabulous. You really only need 1 coat and it dries in about an hour, but I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to start painting. It already just brightens up the space so much and I'm in love. And then over here for these swatches, I did 2 coats of each. I think I'm gonna go with the Atrium white. This has more of a warmer peachy undertone. The other 2 whites are fine, but I kind of want to go with something a little bit more off-white. And then this ivory is just a little bit too yellow. So this is the winner. I'm gonna get the paint and then we'll start tomorrow. Okay, so fun fact. While we lived in LA, I actually only drove 1 time. So coming back home now, it's kind of weird when I drive myself. This is probably like my 3rd time that I've driven myself since moving back home. So yeah, it feels weird and I'm definitely very rusty. Okay, paint is secured. We are going to paint the whole mantle as well as the walls today. And my camera's slipping, so I'll meet you guys at home. I can't stop staring at this. It looks so good. For the fireplace, I bought a paint that's specifically made for masonry, stucco, and brick paint. So this is what I grabbed. I got the color Bit of Sugar, which is just a nice off-white color. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is a really stark white. So I don't necessarily like that. I like something with a little bit more dimension. So doing an off-white color like this one is perfect. And then for the mantle, I actually got Carbon, which is the same color that I used on my door as well as one of my windows in the kitchen. So this is gonna tie in nicely with all the blacks in the house. One day maybe we'll DIY a wood mantle on there. I think that would look really nice, but for now I think the paint is gonna do just the trick. For the tile on the bottom, I'm gonna do the same color as the fireplace just to make it cohesive. And I did mock it up a couple of different ways because I am a very indecisive being, so I have to visualize it and see it before I commit to it. So if you have a space where you're not really sure what colors to do, I would definitely suggest to mock it up. I just do it on Procreate and it's pretty simple and easy. And when Brian comes back, we're gonna do Atrium white on the walls. I'll probably just trim that in and he'll do all the rolling because I don't trust him with the trim, to be honest. Now that we got the game plan, let's get started. We are starting with the black mantle first, just because if I get any of this black paint onto the white fireplace paint, that would just not be good. And you'll see that I'm protecting the surface underneath the mantle with a piece of cardboard. This worked really well as a shield. So this is a really great hack if you don't want to tape down some drop cloth. I used a brush for this part, but you'll see later on that I use a roller for the second coat to get it super smooth. But both methods work to get an even coverage. And according to the instructions on the paint can, it says to wait 4 hours before recoating, so that's exactly what I did. If you have a very textured surface like this, you want to look at it at all angles. So right now, this is just my standing point of view. It looks pretty good. But once you go underneath, you'll see some spots are missing. So make sure you go back through and paint it all up. The thick nap roller worked really well for this part, so if you're painting on standard brick that isn't as textured as mine, I think the coverage would be super good. But I did have to use a brush just to make sure that I got into all of the texture as well as the grout lines. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys can even see the color on camera, especially since we're painting over the white primer, but I assure you this is a much creamier white color. I think this would be really nice on a wall as well, so if you're looking for a white, I would definitely suggest this one. I honestly was intimidated to paint the fireplace only because I wanted to make sure that this would last and also look really good. But after doing this myself, I found it to be so easy, and this would also be a great weekend project to tackle. And yes, painting is a lengthy process, but this was not a hard process. So if you have an old fireplace that needs some new life, I would 100% recommend that you guys look into painting or lime washing it. Both options are really great without breaking the bank and makes a world of a difference. I mentioned this in my kitchen makeover video, but I really want to get all my common areas done before Christmas, so hopefully I can host something at my house for Christmas. Usually I do a Thanksgiving party with my friends, but of course this year that is not happening, so instead we're going to focus all of our energy into decorating for Christmas time, and I cannot wait for my actual holiday home makeover video to come out, so make sure that you keep your eyes peeled for that video, which is also coming out super soon. I'm pretty tired now, so we're just gonna pick this up tomorrow, so I will see you in 2 seconds. Good morning! It is a new day. I'm ready to paint. We're basically just going to do this wall, and then that other wall. Where am I pointing? This one right here. And then it's gonna be funny because I think we're just gonna leave this little bit unpainted until we get to it. And if you're curious, this is what the background of our house looks like right now. So yeah, still using a foldable table, and then our TV, where is it? Is on the floor still. So I'm just so ready to finally get rid of these gray walls. So I'm going to start cutting in and we'll go from there. I'm going to do the crispy line hack for the first time ever. So right now I have the tape on the black side. And since I really do not want the white to bleed onto the black, we're going to do a very thin coat of black right along the edge here. And that way, once you peel the tape away, you should be left with a nice crispy line. And I have very high hopes for this hack. We forgot, of course, I don't have any extra rollers, so we're gonna go head out and buy some more and probably other supplies too. Technique. I'm supposed to do a W. Oh my god, what is that? What is that? It's looking really good in here. I'm so happy with how this turned out. And I have my Christmas trees right over there, plural, because I honestly couldn't decide which one I wanted, but I think I'm gonna go with the 7-foot one. I figured now that I have a house, I should get a bigger tree. It's gonna go perfect right over here, and I'm gonna put it up for this video, but I'm not really gonna decorate it because Brian and I have a tradition where we wear our pajamas and drink hot cocoa and decorate the tree. I'll probably share that when we do a full holiday home makeover, but for now I thought it'd be really cute just to have out with the star on top, and then after Thanksgiving, we'll decorate it for Christmas. So we're gonna start with that and go from there. I am so glad that I bought another tree because this one, it just fits my space so much better and the quality is actually really great. I have always bought a 6-foot Christmas tree for previous apartments, but the 7-foot one definitely makes a statement, especially if you have standard 8-foot ceilings like I do. Also, as a side note, I would totally recommend using gloves for fluffing out your tree. It was such a lifesaver. I put back on my gorgeous $30 flea market mirror, and eventually I do want to find the perfect arch mirror for this spot. But this one's perfect for now, and I'm going pretty simple on the mantle with a few decor pieces, but I wanted the main focus to be on the mirror and the garland. Around the holidays, removable hooks are my best friend. I use them everywhere to hang garland, banners, wreaths, and wall decor, so I make sure to stock up on them and they are so handy. Inside the hearth, we're going to fill it up with some chopped birch wood, and I actually have no idea if this is a working fireplace. I am assuming it's not, but maybe one day we can turn it into an electric or gas fireplace, but I just really love the look of wood stacked in a fireplace. It is such a great way to style it, and it also brings in more natural elements and so much coziness. For the last few bits, we're going to add in the woven oval basket, which I really love. It ties in with the tree collar, and inside it I'm placing the cutest star pillow. And on the other side of that, I'm styling it with a lantern and the wooden candle holders. I'm keeping it pretty simple for this video, but once I put up all the ornaments on the tree, I think I'm going to add in even more holiday decor, so make sure you stay tuned to see how the space evolves. Okay, this tree behind me makes me so happy, and this space is finally done. I'm over the moon happy with it. And before I reveal it to you guys, let's take a look back at what it looked like before this whole transformation. I love the idea of having a fireplace, but not this particular fireplace. It definitely needed a little bit of updating, and with some paint and some beautiful decor pieces, we were able to modernize it and make it such a cute and cozy space. So here is the after. Okay, I might just start filming my intros out here because this is so cute. I mean, how gorgeous does this look? I am just so happy with the space. I know we're just gonna make a lot of memories here, so I'm very excited to start using this space. The tree already looks so gorgeous, but I'm excited to put ornaments on it and put a little star on the top as well. Let me know your thoughts on this makeover in the comments down below. And again, a big thank you to Five for sponsoring today's video. If you guys are interested in checking out any of the items that I showed today, I will have it linked down below. Make sure you guys download the app and get 25% off with my link down below. I will also have all the items that I styled with as well. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up down below and subscribe if you haven't already. And also give me a follow over on Instagram. I post on there every single day. And that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!